Colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, honourable delegates, a very good morning to you all. For the European Commission, the Association of European Water Regulators is very important in implementing the green and digital transition in the water sector. Your support is simply essential. Europe is facing growing challenges to its climate and its limited natural resources. We need cooperation with you to ensure that effective and sustainable water management becomes a reality on the ground. You will be covering many important topics today, but I'll concentrate my remarks on three. The first of these is the pace of change. Here in the EU, our water management is moving in the right direction. But the pace is still too slow. A few days from now, the Commission will publish the 6th Water Framework Directive implementation report. It confirms what we already know. Progress towards good status for EU water bodies by 2027 remains steady. But if the current speed continues, we will probably miss the goal. It's time to pick up the pace. And European Green Deal shows us how it can be done. Under its zero pollution ambition, we aim to ban PFAS. Under the Farm to Fork strategy, we aim to cut the use of toxic pesticides and fertilizers and reduce nutrient losses. And under the biodiversity strategy, we'll propose a new nature restoration law, which is sure to benefit aquatic ecosystems, helping them deliver the many services we rely on. We know it won't be easy. The investments needs are huge, and measures will be slow to deliver. But the longer we wait, the tougher it becomes, so we need more action today. My second point is about implementing and improving EU law. We need alternative sources of water. They need to be viable and safe. They will be key to enhancing our collective resilience to the challenges of climate adaptation. The new legislation on water reuse in irrigation recently came into force. Now it's time to accelerate the uptake, not just in agriculture, but elsewhere as well. That means measures to boost public confidence and smart pricing that factors in water stress and the needs of vulnerable users. The revision of the Drinking Water Directive is also complete, increasing access to healthy tap water across the continent. The new rules are in line with the latest scientific consensus on the substance toxicity. I'm counting on all water operators and all member states to ensure their implementation from January 2023 across the board. As we announced in the Zero Pollution Action Plan, 3 more legislative proposals are on the way. The first is the list of substances in groundwater and surface water to be reduced or phased out. We will update this to reflect the latest scientific evidence. Secondly, we will revise the Industrial Emissions Directive, bringing more polluting sectors under its scope and helping us tackle pollution at source. And thirdly, we will revise key aspects of the Urban Wastewater Treatment Directive. This involves a renewed effort to tackle pollution from urban sources such as stormwater overflows, urban runoff and individual collecting system, and from micropollutants like pharmaceuticals, cosmetics and microplastics. It will also mean a push to promote more circularity in wastewater management and sludge reuse in particular. And it will also mean better governance through better planning, monitoring, reporting and information to the public, and more incentives to improve performances on the ground. These efforts will require substantial investments. Member state measures in the second river basin management plans for 2016-2021 already require at least 142 billion euros. The flood risk management plans for the same period require an additional 14 billion euro. These figures may understate the needs, and the requirements for the next 6 years could be even higher than before. Meeting those needs means more cost recovery and broadening the sources of financing. Our study shows uneven cost recovery across the EU in many different sectors. The European Court of Auditors is calling for a wider application of the polluter pays principle and smarter pricing. I have to agree. I also note that better cost recovery at the national level is in everyone's interest. It will help member states and water operators to get more leverage from the available EU support. The last point I want to cover is EU water resilience. For the last 5 years, the World Economic Forum has listed threats to water as one of the greatest global risks. Europe's freshwater supplies are relatively abundant, but the major risk is over-exploitation. The Commission's Strategic Foresight Report 2021 predicts that the pressure on water and food security will continue to grow. Water scarcity is traditionally problematic around the Mediterranean, but it's now reaching unexpected places like Sweden, Finland, and Flanders. We all saw the devastating effects of floods in Belgium and Germany this summer, and in Sicily a few days ago. The toll on human life is unacceptable, and the economic costs are immense. Drought and water stress now cause €9 billion of damage every year, not counting damage to ecosystems and the services they provide. The most common climate scenarios show the impact of droughts on the EU economy reaching €65 billion a year by the end of the century. Our response must be a water resilience agenda. We need policymakers and sector practitioners to draw up an active response to the challenge of adaptation. And here again, the Green Deal is showing the way. It's forcing us to pay more attention to water efficiency in legislative reviews, in horizontal strategies like the Circular Economy Action Plan, and at the sectoral level in areas like agriculture, energy and transport. And it's time to strengthen this approach. Ladies and gentlemen, we are heading in the right direction. For improving water quality and quantity, we have the tools we need. But now, let's speed up the pace and look more closely for ways to improve our water resilience. We owe that to our citizens and we need to deliver. Best wishes for a successful conference. Thank you.